going to move into upper body defenses and counters. We're going to start off with basic boxing. I'm going to do something called a parry. When I'm using a parry block, what I'm going to do is I'm going to parry with the opposite hand. If someone were to throw a jab, I'm going to parry it off this way and move just off center. Just move just out of the way of the target. The jab be coming straight in. I would parry it, move my head just off such that I can see, making sure I don't pull my hand too far off my face. A lot of people make mistakes and parry too much. It's not a thorough block. It's a parry. I'm touching it and moving it away. I don't want to come out of my good position. We worked hard on understanding why this is important to be in this posture. Then why would I want to derivate from that and bring my hands down and out of where I'm strong? So I'm here. If someone throws a jab, I parry and move such that I can see. It'd be the same concept if someone threw a cross. I parry it out this way, move my head just barely off center. Okay? My parries tend to look like this. Someone throws a jab, jab this way. Someone throws a cross, same concept, a different angle. Someone throws a jab, look this way. Someone throws a cross, same concept that way. I'll bring my friend Ernie in, and we'll demonstrate back and forth. So Ernie's going to throw a very slow jab to start off with. Throws a jab, that's all I'm going to do. Throws a jab, just going to barely catch it, push it off center, right there. Want to make sure, again, my hands are staying up. I'm barely checking his hand. I don't want to do anything like this. It opens me right up for a cross. I don't want to do that. So again, Ernie throws a jab. I'm here. My hands stay up, just barely touching his hand, and I'm getting just off center such that I can counter. Okay, I want to keep myself in a perfect posture such that my counters are going to be right there. Counter punching is super important stuff, and we'll move into that for sure. Again, same concept when my friend Ernie throws a cross at me. I'm just barely touching it, moving my head out the side so I can see. Again, such that my counters are right there to be had. Don't move my hands far off my face. Watch the hand coming. Make sure I don't blink. That's important. Okay, now we'll move on to the natural motion, the jab cross. Going to be the same concept again. It's super important to start slow with this. Again, when fists are coming in your face, if you're not accustomed to having that happen, you're naturally going to be nervous, and that's quite all right. I want to make sure that Ernie's going slow. Ernie's also practicing his punches and things like that. So that's important. So when Ernie throws his punches, I want them nice and slow. I want a good jab and a good cross. He's working on what he needs to work on. I also am working on what I need to work on. Another fine point, when I'm catching my jabs and I'm catching my crosses, I make sure they're close to my face before I extend and commit to them. Because if I don't, if the punch comes in slightly angled and I commit early, it's a good way to get hit. So we don't want to have happen. Punches don't naturally come in completely straight or completely hooked. A lot of times they're a melding of both. I want to make sure we address both those. So I wait as long as I can wait. What I have to do before that is go very slowly. So Ernie throws a slow jab, throws a slow cross. Same concept. I'm moving my head off center just a bit, just in case I'm unable to pick off the punch and it comes. I'm still moving my head just enough so it goes over my shoulder, almost like a slip, and we'll look at slips later. So when he throws it, I want to make sure it's not just this slapping in his hand. I want to make sure at the same time I'm moving my head and I'm engaging, keep my other hand up too. So he throws a jab cross very slowly. Okay, so I'm getting out of the way, and I'm getting out of the way. Again, 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 again. Super important I don't blink, keep my eyes open at all times. Again, that's the way the drill tends to look. Before we go any further into our kickboxing or our Thai boxing section, I want to make sure we understand the importance of being a good partner, being a good mid-holder. So again, I have my friend Ernie, and we're going to demonstrate now. What's super cool about this is if Ernie's holding for a jab and I'm throwing a jab, when he holds for a jab, he's going to be doing the exact same thing I'm doing when I'm throwing a jab. Ernie get used to practicing throwing a jab the same way I would. He wants to give resistance. He wants to drive off his back foot. He wants to put his shoulder, his chin behind his shoulder. All these things are exactly the same. It's mirror work again. So I throw a jab, Ernie pushes out, and if we stop halfway through, Ernie should look just about like I look, and that's a good thing. Same concept with a cross, guys. I'm here. He's doing the same thing. His body motion, his body sponsorship is exactly the same as mine. Again, if we go halfway, right there. Again. Okay, so before we move on to more advanced pad drills, I want to make sure we understand the importance of being a good partner and holding the mitts properly. The first drill we'll get to is jab, is parry jab, return jab. So the drill looks very much like this. Ernie will throw a slow jab at me. I'm going to parry that jab. As soon as I parried it away from my face, I'm going to pop a jab straight back. Okay, Ernie throws a jab, I parry, and pop a jab straight out. And of course, the drill can be done exactly the same with a cross. Ernie throws a cross, I parry, and shoot back across. Parry jab, return jab, parry cross, return across.